Heaven Hollywood for the IE Network back with the Heaven Hollywood Report, and y'all get ready. You have been lied to, hoodwinked, and just the truth has just been kept from y'all all this time. You've been lied to by the media. You've been lied to on social media by the bloggers who was just unaware, most of them. But the information you're about to get, you could only get from someone like me. So buckle up. And this is the real reason why Nicki Minaj fired and parted ways with Maverick Management. Cortez, Bryant, and G. Robeson. Now, you got to take it back to the beginning. And Nicki Minaj has basically had 5 managers in her career. Big Fendi, of course, Deb. For a while, Diddy was kind of like part management, right? She also had Maverick. So I'm going to say you said 6 because after Maverick came Irvin, and now she has new management. So we'll say 6. But we're concentrating here on Maverick because they were her managers for the longest period. Now, once Nicki got underneath, Maverick or the I think the other name is, I'm doing this without a paper. It was like the Blueprint Group or the Blueprint Groups. I believe that was their names. But I know the parent company was Maverick Management. So along the time for Queen and her biggest albums, Maverick was there. They were the managers. Okay. Now, somewhere along the line, something happened. And I will tell you where the shift happened. Right after the split with Safari. Okay. Nicki was going through her personal issues with Safari. Then she had the thing with Meek. She had the relationship with Meek. Maverick Management, what a lot of you do not know, pretty much went to Nicki's record label and pretty much told them everything that was going on with Nicki, Safari, and Meek Mill. Why would they do this? People ask. Why would they spread Nicki's personal business? Well, the reason for that was Safari, at this point, even though he didn't show it a lot, and a lot of times he just got looked upon as the hype man. A lot of those business meetings Safari was in on. Now, he may have just sat there and not said nothing or just agreed with everything Nicki was saying, but he was in on a lot of those business meetings. And Maverick called themselves they wanted Safari. They never wanted Nicki to break up with Safari. Now that Nicki had broken up with Safari, they were worried about some of the things that Safari did do. They were also known that Safari had several, we'll say, not so compromising tapes of him and Nicki. So they called themselves, they wanted Safari to continue on. So even though Nicki and Safari had split up, her management suggested continue on with this masquerade. You know, he's a part of the camp. Everyone's used to seeing him and you. You know, the record label isn't going to like this. So then Nicki was like, well, the record company don't have to know what's going on in my personal business. But they ran off and told Republic. Now, Republic then calls a meeting with Nicki. Once her and Meek Mill is in full flight, Republic calls a meeting with Nicki and basically tells her Meek Mill is a no-go. It's not a good look for you. Okay? It's not a good look for you. You need to continue on with we are right now. You're the number one female rapper probably ever. We need to continue on with what we're doing. Nicki basically, at this point, was in a full-blown relationship with Meek. And she basically told him, you can't control what I do in my personal life. So she did not bring Safari back or keep Safari on as a business partner, which is going to be impossible because they were involved. So, of course, now that they split up, there was no way she's going to keep him on as a business partner like they wanted. So that may have been a little unrealistic. They told her that dating Meek Mills and bringing Meek Mills in on her business would ultimately be bad for her. So what ends up happening after that? The whole Miley Cyrus situation, which Meek Mills played a big part in. Now, I know Nicki is a grown woman, but at this point, Meek was, in her ear, harassing and hounding her. It's no secret they were both on pills at that time. And it may have clouded her judgment a little bit. But Meek put the battery in her back. And not saying she wouldn't have done that anyway. I'm going to get on my impressive. I'm not saying that she wouldn't have done that anyway, but she probably wouldn't have. That's impressive. I'm not saying that Nicki wouldn't have done that if she wasn't with me, but she probably wouldn't have. So that whole situation happens. And we all know what happened with the Miley was good, blah, blah, blah. All right? After that, it went downhill. Her management was right in the middle of that. And instead of trying to stop it, instead of doing what they can to stop it, they were a little too busy on the, we tried to warn her. They didn't set up any meetings with Nicki and Miley's people. They set up no meetings with Nicki and Republic. So it was pretty much like Nicki had, just abandoned the camp. And she was going to do what she wants. So Nicki's off doing her thing with Meek. The whole fallout with Drake happens. All through that, the management sees and's getting word from everyone in the industry what's going on. And they never really did anything to stop it or to try to make amends with Nicki and the powers that be. They were a little bit too like, you know what? Well, we're just going to let her, she made her bed, lie in it, so to speak. Then the whole hate train takes off. And this is where I believe those lyrics about snakes in the camp came into play. I believe, and this is just my belief, and judging from the other things that happen, this is definitely a possibility. I believe that her management was in on the hate train. That's right. I believe that they were paid off millions of dollars to help sabotage Nicki Minaj and the whole Queen rollout. That's the reason why it kept getting pushed back. That's the reason why the rollout was so sloppy. Are we selling merch? Are we not selling merch? Album should have debuted at #1, and Billboard was able to say, no, it's not. It's #2. And then after they gave it to Travis Scott, they go, oh, our mistake. It actually was #1. Because after they allowed Travis to count his merch, they stopped Nicki from counting hers. And Maverick Management was right in the middle of all of it. And because they were mad that Nicki went against them and all of these things happened, they pretty much just let it happen. I believe Nicki Minaj found out that they were in on this hate train. And that is the reason why I believe she got rid of them. Now, after giving Irving cocksucker today, I don't know what made her think that would work, because I never thought Irving had her best interest in mind. You don't think Irving heard about that cocksucker today? If you don't remember, Lil Wayne also parted ways with Maverick at the same time. So if it was just something personal with Nicki, Nicki just would have parted ways with them. I believe she found out that they were not and no longer had her best interest in mind, and they were going to ride the wave of getting her out. And that's why she let them go. Truly believe that. When you look at the circumstances, I believe they were in on it. Let me know what you think in the comments. That's the reason why Nicki Minaj fired Maverick Management. Let me know what you think. It's your boy Heaven Hollywood for the IE Network.